Welcome, everyone. Ready to dive deep.
Always up for a deep dive. Let's do it.
Okay, so NVIDIA? They've been kind of quiet, but now, boom, AI aerial.
Yeah, they're not just about graphics cards anymore, are they? This is big.
It's like they look at the future of, well, everything and said, we need to be the brains.
The connected brains, right. This isn't just faster internet, it's smarter internet.
So their blog post, it's a lot, even for me, and I live for this stuff.
There's jargon, sure, but the core idea, it's actually pretty simple.
Simple? Okay, you're on. Explain it like I'm 5, and also maybe holding a very fast router.
Okay, so right now, most of the heavy lifting, the thinking, it happens in these giant data centers, right? Miles away.
Right, so like streaming a movie, that data is coming from who knows where.
Exactly, but with AI aerial, NVIDIA wants to bring some of that power, that intelligence, right to the edge.
The edge, meaning?
Your local cell tower, basically giving each one a mini brain.
So not just sending data, but like thinking about it.
Thinking, adapting, making decisions in real time. This is huge. Imagine no more buffering, ever.
Okay, now you're just being cool. That'll never happen. But seriously, how?
This is where it gets really cool. Remember CUDA?
Vaguely. It's what makes their graphics cards so good, right?
Exactly. So they're taking that same technology and using it to supercharge the hardware in cell towers.
Making them way faster.
Way faster and smarter. These towers will be analyzing network traffic, predicting demand, optimizing everything on the fly.
So instead of one giant brain struggling to keep up, it's like millions of little brains working together.
And learning from each other. This is what their aerial AI radio frameworks are for, letting developers build AI directly into the network.
Wait, back up. So it's not just NVIDIA controlling this whole thing.
That's the best part. They're creating a platform, an ecosystem. Think of it like the App Store, but for AI-powered network futures.
Okay, now my brain's really starting to hurt. In a good way. This is huge, right?
Huge doesn't even begin to describe it. This is potentially bigger than the jump to 5G. This is a whole new internet.
Okay, so we've got these super-powered AI towers. They're talking to each other, learning, evolving. What does that actually look like in the real world? Give me some examples.
Well, for starters, remember how we talked about the metaverse? This could be its backbone.
Right, because you need insane amounts of bandwidth and speed for that to even work.
Exactly, and low latency. Imagine a truly immersive metaverse experience. No lag, no glitches, thanks to AI optimizing every connection.
And it's not just fun and games, right? This has implications for, well, almost every industry.
Absolutely. Think about healthcare. Imagine a surgeon performing a complex procedure remotely, controlling robotic arms with absolute precision.
Because the network is so fast and responsive that it's like they're actually there.
Exactly. And this could be huge for bringing specialized care to underserved communities. No more waiting for the expert to fly in. They could be there virtually in an instant.
Okay, I am officially starting to feel like I'm living in the future. But, and maybe this is the pessimist in me, what about jobs?
That's always a concern with new technology, right? But think about it this way. AI taking over tasks, not jobs. This frees up humans to focus on what we do best. Creativity, problem-solving, empathy.
So the robots aren't taking over just yet?
Not quite, but they are becoming incredibly efficient coworkers. Imagine factories where humans and robots work side by side, the robots handling the repetitive tasks, the humans overseeing, innovating.
Okay, I can see that. But before we start handing out jobs to robots, we have to actually build this network of the future. And that can't be easy, right?
And you're right. This is incredibly complex stuff, which is why NVIDIA has been working on something else that sounds straight out of science fiction.
Let me guess. It involves robots.
Yeah.
And maybe time travel.
Close. It's called the Aerial Omniverse Digital Twin. Basically, they're creating virtual replicas of entire cities.
Wait, hold on. They're building SimCities. But for real.
Think of it more like a giant city-sized laboratory where they can test AI aerial without any real-world risks. They can run simulations, analyze traffic patterns, predict demand, optimize everything before they ever deploy anything in the real world.
So it's like having a crystal ball, but for the future of the internet.
Exactly. And this isn't just theoretical. They're already working with major cities around the world.
So it's not just NVIDIA going it alone. This is a global effort.
Absolutely. They're partnering with telecom companies, governments, universities.
Yeah.
This is truly a collaborative effort to build the future of connectivity.
Okay, so they're thinking big, but Are they thinking collaboratively? I mean, the article mentioned some major names already on board.
This isn't just about NVIDIA dominating the market. They're opening up the platform, encouraging collaboration and innovation.
This is all super exciting, but let's get real for a sec. What about the downsides?
They're thinking security.
Exactly. More intelligence, more power. Doesn't that also mean more ways for things to go wrong?
It's a valid concern, and it's not just about hackers, although that's obviously a big one. We're talking about systems that are making decisions in milliseconds, potentially impacting millions of people.
Okay, so how do we even begin to address that? Like, do we need AI police officers for the internet now?
Not quite, but we do need to be smart about security from the ground up. And that's where NVIDIA's approach is interesting. They're not just reacting to threats, they're trying to anticipate them.
Okay, so like predictive security. Sounds intense.
Think of it like this. These AI-powered networks, they're constantly analyzing data, right? So they can spot anomalies, patterns that might signal an attack way faster than any human ever could.
So it's like having a million eyes on the lookout for trouble all the time.
And a million brains working on solutions. They're building in encryption, threat detection algorithms, constantly evolving defenses. It's a whole new ballgame.
Okay, I'm feeling a little better now. But this still feels like a lot of power in the hands of, well, a few big companies.
That's the other piece of the puzzle, isn't it? Regulation, ethics, all of that. Who gets to control these networks? How do we prevent bias in how AI makes decisions?
Big questions, and probably not ones with easy answers.
Definitely not. But the good news is people are asking them. Governments, researchers, even the tech companies themselves are starting to think about these implications.
So it's a work in progress.
Always will be. But that's the nature of technology, right?
True that. And speaking of progress, we've covered a lot of ground today.
From supercharged cell towers to virtual cities, you've seen the future, and it's looking pretty wild.
Wild, yeah. But also full of potential. I mean, if AI can optimize a network, what else could it do?
Now, there's a thought. Imagine applying this to traffic flow in cities, or energy grids, or even personalized education.
Okay, now my brain is really starting to hurt again. But in a good way. In a good way.
That's what we aim for.
Well, on that note, we're going to have to leave it there for today. But seriously, everyone listening, go do some more research, because this AI aerial thing, it's a big deal. And we're just scratching the surface.
Until next time.
Stay curious, everyone.